Greetings and salutations, TikTok. Happy almost New Year. Everybody ready? Everybody, hey Teal Aardvark. Everybody ready for this new year? 2024, coming. And I'm sitting here thinking like 2019 was like 2 years ago or something. Fucking hell, man. It's been a ride. It has been a ride. Fucking hell, man. It's been a ride. It has been a ride. What do y'all do for New Year? My people, we have a lot of superstitions and traditions about, and when I say my people, I mean Pennsylvania Dutch people. Let's see. We got, you're not supposed to bathe from Christmas to New Year. It's bad luck. Stinky people. You're not supposed to change your clothes between Christmas and New Year. Bad luck. You're not supposed to do laundry between Christmas and New Year. Bad luck. But for good luck now, you should always clean your house. Sweep the old dirt out your door before the New Year's. Like tomorrow, y'all should get out there and sweep. Make sure your floors are clean. Hello, Ruth. Make sure your house is clean and sweep all that old dirt out from 2023. So you got fresh, clean shit to start 2024. We also have a tradition of burning bayberry candle on New Year's Eve. There's actually a rhyme that goes with it. It's like a bayberry candle burned to the socket brings health to the home and wealth to the pocket. There's a couple different versions of the rhyme, but that's the one my family always said. But make sure you got your bayberry candles for tomorrow night and get your house clean before that ball drops. New Year's fun. New Year always brings new opportunities, I hope. Oh, let's see. Supposed to party in between? I don't know about that. I think you party not between but on. There's more superstitions we have in New Year's. Sweeping the back luck out is good. Clean out your fridge, wash your clothes, bend and let. See, I was just talking about that. We have superstitions that you're not supposed to do laundry between Christmas and New Year Day. You're not supposed to change your clothes. You're not supposed to bathe. You're not supposed to change your blankets. You're not supposed to change your blankets between New Year's or Christmas and New Year's Day. But sweeping the house, absolutely. You should make sure your floors are swept. Sweep that old dirt out so you're not bringing it with you into the new year. Alright, does anybody have any questions? Y'all know I don't get to do this very often, and my time is extremely valuable and precious, and I don't have a lot of it. So take advantage and shoot your questions. And I finally got the no readings part on my on my banner thing, so hopefully we can cut that shit off at the pass. Cinnamon ritual? We don't do that. Yeah, we don't do that. There's a lot of Christmas traditions too, of stuff we do. Like, you can put a bowl out on Christmas Eve and catch any dew, like the Christmas morning dew. And if you use that water that you catch in the bowl and you bake bread or something with it, that's like supposed to make you like really healthy and really lucky and stuff. But Christmas is over, so I was just kind of talking about New Year coming up tomorrow. I got so much to do tomorrow, my lord. What? Going no contact. Wait, I missed something. Bridget, what are you talking about, Bridget? I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I gotta clean my house. I gotta now my people, we eat pork and sauerkraut for New Year's Day. My grandmother always said it's the luckiest meal of the year, because pigs root forward into the new. You never eat pork or poultry on New Year's Day. And even in the South here, they don't eat poultry. They eat black-eyed peas, Hoppin' John, usually greens and cornbread or something like that. And I know the superstition that goes with that too is because I think it was like the Civil War thing, that when Union soldiers came through this area down here, they burned all the crops, stole all the food, and all that was left was black-eyed peas because they deemed that fit for only cattle. So nobody wanted that shit, so that's all that was left, and that's what they had to survive the winter and for New Year's. And so that's why that's a tradition down here and why it's supposed to be lucky. Going no contact with your narcissist mother, do it. Do it. Girl, if you knew how many people I cut off at the drop of a hat, if I see any kind of red flag, somebody rubbing me wrong, any kind of way, I don't care how long I've known you. And especially if spirit says cut that person off. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it can be hard, but it's always for the best. But if you knew how I cut people off. Why would divination stop working for me, such as pendulums, dowsing rods? Can I fix it? So what's going on with it? Is it just not working at all, or are you getting incorrect answers and stuff like that? Like stuff you know is wrong? Or is it just not working at all? Like, what's going on with that? You're Southern. Black-eyed peas are yummy. Maybe I'm bovine too. Yeah, I live in the South now. I live in Mississippi, but I miss the Appalachians. But I still do pork and sauerkraut because that's my people's shit. That's what we do. And everybody down here looks at me like I'm like, what? Like they never heard of it down here. And I'm like, yep, you're gonna try something new, because we usually have folks over, because I don't believe anybody should be alone on holidays. So like, for example, we have this old guy that comes and buys eggs from us often, and I know he's like over 80 years old. I know he doesn't have family or anything, and he's lonely and all that shit. So I invite him for holidays, so make sure he has a meal and that he's not alone. And other people, like some friends and stuff, they always come for holidays and eat. But this is going to be a new one for some of them. They've never had pork and, like, they never even heard of pork and sauerkraut, never had it, don't even know what the fuck it is. So it's going to be new for some of them. Not working at all, no movement. Have you tried cleansing them? But first off, do you have a spirit in particular that you work with certain tools? Or do you know who's working with you with your tools? Because that's kind of important. Cleansing them regularly is also very important. Pork, greens, black-eyed peas here in North Carolina. That's the South. And so we ain't having that shit here, though. We're doing Appalachian shit. I will never not eat pork and sauerkraut on New Year's Day. Simple as that. Everybody's gonna have a new try. New thing to try. Well, of course you can ask a question. Just don't ask me to read anything, because you can see. No readings. Educational learning content, not readings. You don't have to ask a question. Just ask a question. And when you ask a question, ask it one time. Don't keep repeating the question, because it just clogs up the chat. I answer every question. I will get to your question when I get to your question. Don't keep typing it, because it just clogs everything up. How do I keep my physical pain from messing with mediumship? Okay, so I'm assuming you have physical pain on a regular basis and you don't just get pain when you try to do mediumship? Or do you, like it's like physical pain all the time in your day-to-day life? Chronic pain, okay. Chronic pain is a tough one. I really don't know how you can keep that from messing with your mediumship other than the same way you keep it from messing with your day-to-day life things that you do. And I understand when you're trying to meditate or concentrate or doing things like that, like you tend to focus on the pain more because you're not, you follow me? Like I know when you're quieting down and you're trying to concentrate and you're trying to pull mediumship, that the pain seems like it pops up more because there's nothing else distracting you from the pain. You follow me? Whereas in your day-to-day things, it might seem like it's easier to deal with the pain because your mind is focused on things and tasks and stuff. So the pain is kind of pushed to the back burner and you deal with it. I know I have chronic pain as well. How do you keep it from messing with your mediumship? Yeah, the same way you keep it from messing with your day-to-day living and other than get some good pain management. And I know that's easier to say than do. I know nowadays, especially. Whatever you can do to lessen the pain. So maybe, I don't know if you do like Epsom salt baths and like stuff like that, but those help my pain a lot. Like maybe before you're trying to do something, maybe like soak in some Epsom salt to loosen, like relax everything and loosen some of that pain up. Maybe that would help a little bit. Make sure you're comfortable, like whatever position you're in, whatever way you're sitting, whatever chair you're in or whatever, make sure that's comfortable for your pain and it's not going to aggravate anything. Other than getting good pain management, I don't know. But it's because you don't have distractions from the pain when you're trying to do things like that. So I understand. Yeah. All right, scrolling back, reading comments. Okay. Sorry, I got bifocal, so I have to like look this way to read the comments. I'm gonna get new glasses in a month or two, and they're gonna make the bifocal bigger. God damn it, because this is ridiculous. I directly ask spirit guides to cleanse each time I attempt, almost like. Okay, so you actually have to cleanse it. You can't ask your spirits to cleanse your tools. Like, you have to cleanse your tools. Spirits aren't really capable of cleansing your tools for you. So you need to be cleansing your tools. That's probably your issue. So you could make some kind of wash or a bath with cleansing herbs, right? Like brew a tea, make a bath with it. Cleanse your tools in that. You can smoke cleanse it. I would recommend camphor. Camphor gonna clean the fuck out of your tools. So like example, when I clean one of my pendulum boards and my pendulum, I get my little like burner for, charcoal incense, resins, and I'll light that up. I'll throw some camphor in there, and then I'll sit my board on top of the burner and put the pendulum on top of the board, and I'll let that smoke up till it quits fucking smoking. That will cleanse your tools. The spirits are not really capable of cleansing your tools for you. You need to be doing that yourself. Did my grandparents give up a child through a yeah, no readings. Rainbow send right there. No readings. Laura, you don't have to ask me a question. Just ask a question, ask it one time, and I will get to it when I get to it. Don't keep typing your questions over and over again, but just ask away, and I will get to the questions as I get to them. Yes, I already meditate, and it has gotten worse. Chronic pain is so difficult to deal with. If I feel strongly about something that happened and get a reading to clarify, could my energy give a false? Feel strongly about something that happened, you get a reading to clarify. Okay, so you felt strongly about something, you went and got a reading, and it wasn't the answer that you were expecting. We're not always right. That's what readings are for. You can have intuition. You can feel strongly about something and be like, man, I know this is what's going on, and this is the fucking situation. This is how it is. And then you go get the reading, and they're like, no. No, you're way off. That's what readings are for. Readings are to verify what you're feeling. And you're not always going to be correct. That's what readings are for. You want to know if your energy could give a false reading? No. Not if the reader is any good. In fact, if the reader is good, they would read if your energy is caca. They would know that. Any favorite New Year's rituals? Is the energy boosted, especially within the current lunar phase? Yeah, I talked about that in the very beginning. So some of the things I do every year for New Year's is make sure your house is swept. Sweep all that old dirt out on New Year's Eve. Mop your house. Make sure all that stuff's clean. You're not bringing the old dirt with you into the new year. Excuse me. I also I'm drinking soda, so it's making me a little burpy. Root beer, actually, which is really burpy. Bayberry candle. I do a bayberry candle every New Year's Eve. And I'm going to do other things, tradition specific for myself, which I got a lot of freaking work to do tomorrow. But those things I can't really share. A bath. You could do a very good remove negative, or even a sweetening bath to start the new year sweet, or you can remove the negative to start the new year clean. Yeah, a bath is good. I'm definitely doing a bath on New Year's Eve before I start the other things that I need to do for myself. You always want to start clean. Yeah, lots of things for New Year's. Oh, do I think it would be... Yeah, the waning moon has me a little concerned for New Year. Which, I mean, it's good for the sending away, right? Sending away the old year and the old crap, because you don't want to bring that with you. So in that perspective, the waning moon phase is good for New Year. However, if there were certain kinds of things that you wanted to do to start the new year, like prosperity work, love work, anything that would pull things in or draw to you, or anything like that, the waning moon is not the phase that you want to do those under. So it's a good and it's not a good for certain things for New Year. But waning moon is great. I had a client the other day ordered quite a few light settings, and my first instinct was, let me get these started right now, right away, so she can start the new year with these things. But then I looked at the moon phase again, and I'm like, hey, like, that's not really that great. But I still think I'm going to do the settings tomorrow, just because moon phases are going to repeat. They happen every month, right? New Year only comes once a year. So I'm going to let that take precedence over the moon phase at this point in time. Some of y'all cannot read. What does that say? It says no readings. Can y'all read? It was, but the other person says I'm tripping. So you're talking about the reading thing? I mean, as long as you trust your reader and they have given you evidencia, like they have given you evidence, I would trust the reading. We're not always correct about things that we feel or think. I feel like I have a blockage, like stagnant or stuffy is suffocating. So try baths are always great, as I was just saying. You could do remove negativity, remove blockages, like a road opening bath. You can do road opening work. But anytime we have like a blockage, road opening is what we want to do. We need to remove the obstacles, clear the path, and everything. And then from there, you could do something like clear head. You could do things for clarity. So you could get past those things. You're following me? Skull candles are really good for stuff like that. Alright, my partner says that as an excuse. My partner says that as an excuse, so I guess to basically say I'm tripping. Like I said, if you got a reading and you trust your reader, I would trust your reader and trust what the reading says, not what anybody else is saying or what you're thinking. If you had a good reader and you trust them, they have provided evidencia, then the reading is going to be accurate. A good clearing bath on New Year's Eve. Could a sweetening bath be done on the... Yeah, you could totally do that. You could absolutely do that. You could also do like something for money. If you want to bring prosperity into New Year or start New Year with that, you could do sweetening, you could do money, you could do, attraction, love, like, but I would definitely do a remove stuff and then a let's bring this stuff in type of baths. I can't believe I got to the end of the chat already. Ooh. They used to have a thing on here where you could make the chat real big. Can't do that now for some freaking reason. I think it's the background thingy. Like I don't know what it's called, the filter. No, it's not a filter. The whatever this thing is, the background thingy prevents the chat from making it big, which sucks. You are welcome, Dark Side Queen. Yeah, New Year's are great. I like New Year's. I can't wait to see what the reading of the year is going to be this year. If y'all don't know, if y'all don't follow ATR traditions, there's a reading of the year that's done every year. It's usually done, there's one done in Cuba for like Lukumi, and then there's one done somewhere between Cuba and Africa for Ifa. And the last 2 years, I believe it was the last 2 years, It was either the last 2 years or the 2 years previous to that, but 2 years in a row. It was the year the pandemic started. So it was 2019 and 2020, I guess. But it was 2 years in a row. It was the exact identical sign that fell for both of those years, and that has like never fucking happened ever. It was crazy. But that Odu talked about COVID coming that year. It talked about, illness and plague and like all this stuff, and then COVID popped off, and they're really good. So I'm interested in seeing what's gonna be said about 2024, if we're gonna start turning a corner. Sorry, I hear you. My comment had got you a little behind. I didn't mean to make you repeat. Thank you again. No problem. I'm gonna say Jose if that is not correct. I'm horrible with names. It could be Josie. It's probably Josie. That is her. Oh, where can that reading be found? You can usually Google it. It usually comes out like somewhere between the week after New Year. They'll do that. Sometimes it's up to 2 weeks after New Year. But if you just Google like Ifa reading of the year 2024 or something, or if you're in the groups on there's Facebook groups for those traditions. They usually post it in there when it comes out. And I also usually almost always post it on my Facebook page, which is Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure. So every year I usually post the Ifa reading of the year on my page for everybody, because a lot of my followers follow the same traditions I do. Hey, Pirate Grandin. Yes, 100%. Which one was I 100%? I said too. It's Josie, ain't it? Old picture from years ago of a past life. You can. I was trying to get somebody to come on live with me tonight, but she was all ready for bed, and she was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "You can keep your camera off, woman. Like, it'll just show your little, TikTok profile picture, and you don't even got to be on camera." She has a lot of stuff to do tomorrow too, so I think she wanted to get in early. We got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Yes, that part, the Josie part. Okay. I'm awful with names. If you've never been here before, I'm horrible. Horrible with names, yes. All right, come on, y'all. Questions. Time is precious. Time is precious. Time is all I have. I'm giving it to you freely to help you, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I don't get to do this very often at all, guys. Like, this is like maybe my 5th or 6th live this whole year, because I am extremely busy. I have a lot to do tomorrow too. Hey, Jack. Somebody coming on here? No. I don't know you.
Hello.
I look so familiar.
Sorry about that.
What is this? What is that? I don't know what TikTok is.
Yeah, but I'm trying to ask you a question about the pre-prints and readings.
See, if someone is on here and they're talking, I don't think I can hear them because I have my microphone plugged in.
Yeah.
So I can't. How do I?
I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let's go to the room so it won't be so.
Hold on, you guys. I'm all screwed up now.
They sent me a request.
Okay, I can do that. Can I do that? Okay. Yeah, guys, don't do that. Especially if I don't know you. If I know you, I thought I had this set that people can freaking do that, but I don't know how to use TikTok. So don't do that. That's rude. Especially if I don't know you. Now if I know you and I'm cool with that, I will happily I invite people on here, but you get a lot of wackadoodles coming around, crazy Christians and all kinds of stuff. So rude. You know what Hannibal says? We eat the rude. My old picture from you. Okay. Reading comments. I look familiar. The logo I may have ordered from. You remember my logo on one of your invoices? You found a place with hair and 2 types of tarot. I am 100% confused by that. Okay, that's cool. I thought I had it set that people can just like jump in here, but apparently I don't. But always ask because we eat the rude here. I like to have people live with me, but I have to know you. I have to know who you are and what you're about, and that you're not some loody loo or troll or like anything like that. So, find God. Which one? Which God am I looking for? Why is he lost? Why do we need to find him? Where'd he go? Any of GPS? I just had a quick question. Somehow it showed a message to accept the love request. Yeah, I don't know. I might have hit it when I was scrolling or something. Don't worry about it. Like, you didn't do it on purpose, and I might have hit something, and it's cool. Don't your guide help you know who's who? In a reading? I'm not doing readings. It says no readings. Yeah, and if something's going on, I will definitely be told about it. But strangers just pop up on here and they just start saying stuff and it's not cool. So I gotta know you. I gotta know who you are and what you're about. I need to either invite you to join me or like say it's cool if you do. Like, Mamba, which god is lost? Which god wandered out in the wilderness that we need to find? Like, why doesn't he have GPS? Which one are we looking for? J Cam, it's cool. Don't worry about it and ask your question. You need some advice on an important issue you're dealing with. Shoot. Let her rip. Let her rip. Ask your question. I don't know how many people are in here because it never gives me an accurate count. But likes are cool because likes puts the video more in the algorithm and then more people come and I can help more people, which is what I'm here to do. And that is my charge. So, likes are cool. I'm with the person. You're with the person that asked the question about the false readings earlier. Okay, with as in you're in a relationship or you're like hanging out with them. If you guys aren't going to be spatting back and forth on here, we're not going to be spatting back and forth on it. Yeah, okay. So, all right, let it rip. Just keep it kosher. Don't you two start back and forth on each other. I'm not a marriage counselor. But you have a legit question, because she says that you don't believe her, or you think it's like something or something or something. So let it rip and just keep it kosher, not marriage counseling, and I'll see if I can resolve the issue a little bit. This is a first. I've never had a disagreeing couple together on the same chat. Interesting. We've been going through a lot for a couple months now, and it's tearing us apart. Okay, so what is going on? Is it spiritual in nature? Because it's not spiritual in nature. I don't know what I can do for you. Did she invite you in here, or are you like stalking her? Like stalking what she's doing online? Which one is it? I don't want to get involved in this. Shit. I don't want to get involved. That's so not fair. Yes, you are spiritual and helping her find some answers and get clarity for her. Okay, so wait a minute. Are you the one that did the reading that she was talking about, that she's not sure if it was a good reading or not? Because you're saying you're helping her find answers. Because I'll tell you right off the jump, if people are a couple, they really shouldn't be reading each other and doing work on each other, as you should absolutely have someone outside of the couple do stuff like that, because there's too many other emotions, energies, underlying things that are involved when there's a close relationship like that. For example, in the traditions, like ATR traditions, a husband cannot initiate his own wife into the traditions, because he cannot be her elder or her godparent in the traditions, because that's considered incest. So if one person is already like a practitioner, a priest in traditions, the other one has to go to somebody else to get initiated and be their godparent and stuff, because the husband-wife relationship, you can't do that. So just an example, like if that's what's going on, that's not really okay. She says she's been getting readings and they keep telling her that I'm lying to her and I did what she says. Is she getting readings by different people, or is it just one person? It's really important to choose your readers wisely, I will say. Thank you for the crowny heart. If you really want to put this thing to rest, okay, and so I'm going out on a limb here and guessing that like she thinks you did something, like maybe behind her back, maybe with another woman, or maybe something along that lines, and readers are telling her that you did the thing, and you're saying I absolutely didn't do the thing, and it's causing arguments. Am I getting the gist of that? So if you guys absolutely 100% want to put this issue to rest, I can refer you to somebody, because I am fully booked. I have no openings till like summer for readings. Like I'm always booked up. I book way far in advance. So which is why I never have time to do lives. I'm really busy. But I can refer you to a good friend of mine, and I guarantee you it will be a 100% honest, full out, legit reading. Like, I guarantee, this is the person I go to when I need an outside look at my shit. Because readers, we have to go to other readers sometimes because you get too close to the shit and you can't really see what the fuck's going on. You need an outside look at things. So he's the person I personally go to when I need an outside look, and he's fucking amazing. So if you really want to put this issue down to rest, I can refer you to someone that is fucking excellent and will do that for you. But he's going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you. So if you have any guilt whatsoever in the situation, it's going to come out. So that, you gotta, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. But if you want that referral, get me in my inbox and I will send you the referral, or hit me up on my Facebook page, or, I have many avenues, my website, I have many avenues to get in contact with me. So if you want the referral, get with me and I'll give it to you. Okay, I am intrigued if some people can control themselves well enough to pass lie detector. I have heard that. I have heard it. Now, I think a lot of people think that they can control themselves enough to pass a lie detector, but they really can't. But I have heard that there are people capable of doing that. Mama Llama has a serious question. All right, let it, or if you already did, that's cool. Okay, you're not getting the reading, she is, right? I understand that. But I'm saying I can refer her to someone that will definitively put the issue to rest. But he's not going to lie. Like, if there's any guilt at all, it's going to come out and he's going to say it. So, I'm just saying. But if you're... I don't know who you're getting your readings from. So I can't say that person, is legit, has a good reputation, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to know who you're getting your readings from, because if I don't know them, I don't have an opinion. Can't speak on things I don't know, right? So if I don't, you know what I'm saying. I can refer you to a legit reader that is freaking legit and can put it to rest. Bren became the number 6 member on the team. I have a team. Bren got number 1 gifter badge. Way to go, Bren! Could they, in theory, throw a spiritual reading? Wait a minute. Did I miss something? Dark Queen. Okay, you're intrigued if some people can control themselves while the lie detectors. Could they, in theory, throw a spiritual reading? No, because a reader isn't a machine. Machines can be fooled. You can't fool spirit. Spirit sees everything. So you're not. It's not a machine. It's not like that. You can't fool a reader. Believe me, we're gonna see. So if you knew how many people come to me with something going on, with some kind of issue, and I look at it and I'm like, you're the problem. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? What's this about? And who's that? Like, you can't hide. You can't hide from spirit. There's no hiding it. So, no, you can't throw it like a lie detector. Now, I've had spirits mess with tools while readings were going on, but we knew that was what was going on. Like, I knew that they had some kind of attachment that was messing with the tools. Like, you can see that, that. So that's not even something that could screw up a reading if the reader has any kind of discernment. Okay, multiple different people, but you're not against her in that just want the truth to be told. Okay, I mean, y'all, I can see this is causing a lot of friction and issues. I'm telling you, we can put it to rest with a referral. I mean, cheating. He said basically my energy made it say that since the first yeah, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Your energy will not influence or change the reading. The reader is going to read the energy, period. Like, if they're worth their salt at all, your energy would not be able to throw off a reading. Can I join because my question is too long to take? Yeah, no, I can't. No, I don't know you. Just type it out, honey. Type it out, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I continue just to verify basically, but he continues to come up with stuff, even with things proven. I just want to give her a peace of mind. Then hit me up for the referral. Josie, hit me up for the referral, and I will send you the information for my friend, and I promise you he will put the issue to rest once and for all. But he's going to be honest. He's going to tell the truth. And when I say he's good, he is extremely good. Like, I wouldn't go to him if he wasn't. He gives so much evidencia in readings, like crazy stuff. Like, he pulled the name of one of my spirits out the fucking air. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? He told me what one of my other spirits looks like. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? He's really good. If he blows my mind sometimes, he's really good. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend someone who's not. So, thank you. Who did that? I just saw a care. Who's sending the cares? Thank you. Yes, I'm all for it. Well, okay. Private message me on here, on Facebook, through my webpage, wherever, and I will get you the information. Which root is your favorite to work with? I enjoy Jezebel root. Well, I have a lot of favorite, like, for what? Actually, I do have a favorite root, Master Root. Master Root is my favorite root to work with. Not only does just the smell is like so amazing, but it's good for so many things. It's a very versatile root. That's my favorite. But I have favorite roots for different things. So, like, for protection, I think Osha root would be my ultimate favorite, which I believe is getting very hard to come by. I'm glad I have a big jar of it. I have favorite roots for different things. I love poke root for protection and reversing. I like licorice root for control. It depends on what you want to know. I'll tell you my favorite root. But Master Root, I think, is my ultimate favorite root. Okay, they literally have spoke on things that they couldn't possibly know. And continues to say bullshit. Well, I don't know. No, I can't read my box from here, Mama Llama, because I'm on a live, so I can't get to my box while I'm on a live. To either I can answer your question here, you can type it out like in the chat, or I can answer it later when I get to my inbox. If you don't want like public, if you want to be private about it, I can answer things in the inbox. I think that's what they were originally trying to figure out. If she believes it, would that influence her reading? Yeah, no. It absolutely would not. A reading is gonna tell you. Sorry, messages coming to a little behind. You're welcome, Mama Llama. Sorry, we are all over the place. Yeah, no, I think I'm following the gist of everything. Oh, so your name is Care. Care sent a heart. Care. Okay, so I thought that was the name of the like emoji thing that popped up because it was like a heart. So I thought that like the heart was Care. You're Care. Thank you, Care. I'm not good at TikTok. I don't get to do lives very often, so I'm not great at what the everything. A team bracelet. Cool. I don't think I ever got one of those. Hello, Cindy Goff. Cindy Goff. Oh, it's getting chilly in here. My nose is running. I might have to go throw a log on that fire. It's cold down here in the south, y'all. It's fucking cold. It's like 30. My cat is gay. Lord have mercy. I hope you're being like funny or trying to be funny, but that's not really funny. See, and this is what got me booted on the last live. When I did a live, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, and it was like my 5th one for the whole year because I had a minute. But like some Christians came in, they reported my fucking live. It was that, and I also said some words I think that I shouldn't pull like pop in the algorithm thing or something. But it got knocked off for community violations, and because it did that, because I have a YouTube channel that I've had for years and years. Like y'all want some fucking educational content? Check out my YouTube. Years and years and years and years and years worth of content on there. But I always upload my TikTok lives onto my YouTube when the live is over. Well, I couldn't upload that one because it had a community violation guideline or something. I don't know, but yeah. I can't say the words that trigger the thing, or either that or someone reported the live. I don't know. It is cold, I'm telling you. I'm getting chilly. I might have to jump up here and go throw some logs on my fire. You know, I heat my house with a wood stove, so I was thinking my husband would go and put some freaking wood on this stove, but I think he might have fell asleep on the couch. I don't know. But it's getting chilly. Yes, honey. What are you doing in here? That's my husband. Are you watching me? I don't think he's ever watched one of my lives. Yes, please, honey. Put some wood on the stove, but make sure you level the coals out and make the channel in the middle. Please do it correctly. I love you. I vote for calamus and licorice root. Calamus root's good. That's good. Sweet flag. That used to be one of my go-to favorite roots years ago, but I just don't use it a whole lot anymore for some reason. I think I like, there's other stuff I like better now. I mean, licorice root, love licorice root. Licorice root's great for certain things. And so you gotta tell me what you want a favorite root for, and I will give it to you. My smiley? I put my teeth in tonight for you guys. If you haven't noticed, put my teeth in for y'all. I usually don't do that. Okay, he's getting the wood. It's cold, honey. Cold in here. Lord. Santa sent a TikTok universe to annual ceremony. What the hell is that? I don't understand. You know, I got my phone plugged in and the battery is still draining. So when that battery is gone and it's on 23%, this live is going to end. So I will get your questions in, because it was on like 30% when I plugged it in, and it's still plugged in and it's still charging, but it's draining for some reason. So it's going to die at some point. So I would get your questions in. It's so cold, my nose is running. Lord have mercy, it's cold down here. I ain't used to this shit down here. January is usually our coldest month, though. It's usually pretty goddamn cold. Because you noticed your guy on You Lit Up. It was lovely. Oh. He's alright. Most of the time. I mean, everybody, not everybody gets along 100% of the time. No relationship is perfect, but I thought it was funny he was in here watching me because I didn't know he was in here watching me. And I don't think he's ever done that. I thought it was funny. I thought you was sleeping on the couch. You're spying on me. Does anybody have questions? Looks like there's a fuck ton of fucking people in here, a bunch of voyeurs. I know they're saying next Friday we're supposed to be at 27. I think we're at like 30 down here right now. And I'm in South Mississippi. Like, I'm only like an hour and 20 minutes from New Orleans. Like, it's freaking cold. I need a spell to protect my daughter from her ex that's trying to steal the house that she paid for. Alright, so I'm assuming the house is in both of their names, or is it they got divorced and they're supposed to split the house? See, prenups, man. You ladies, you gotta start getting prenups. You gotta fucking start getting prenups. Nowadays, a lot of these marriages don't last. Okay, not married. Well, how's it gonna get a house at her house if they weren't married? Did she put him on the deed or something? Because, like, that shouldn't even be a thing. If it's her house, it's in her, and she's on the deed and they weren't married. Alabama, hello. South Carolina, hello. Yes, I know, but that was a moment for y'all. It's so real and genuine. Yeah, he was funny. Oh no, why are you moving that thing? I'm trying to move the chat. Move the chat! Wait a minute. Stop that. Okay, move the chat. Thank you. It's fat time. It's fat time? I'm going to get pregnant this month? Okay, you do that. You're in the Appalachian Mountains. See, I miss the mountains. God. See, people that aren't from Appalachia don't understand the magic of the mountains. They don't get it. They don't understand, especially if they're not fucking from there, like born there. But man, them mountains are magic. They have their own fucking energies and spirits and shit, and there ain't nothing that can compare to it. They're not married, both on the deed. Ooh, okay. That can get complicated. So that's not something that like, I can't just give you something and be like, this is gonna work, and he can't do anything. Like, that's something that's gonna take a lot. Like, it's gonna take many different steps. You follow me? So the first thing I would recommend, and you're gonna be like, ew, that's crazy, what the fuck are you talking about? But fucking trust me. Tell her to go pee on the property, around the house, everywhere she can outside. Say it's gross, say ew, what the fuck are you talking, whatever. But if you trust me, that's a big step that's going to help. That's saying to everything, this is mine. My house, my property, no one's going to take it. Step one. That's just one simple thing that she can do. I mean, nailing the property down would be probably step 2, what I would recommend. I make fixed spikes. They're available in my shop. But if she nails the property down, that will help from anybody taking it. Beyond that, it's going to take work. Because I'm assuming this is a court matter. It's going to have to go to court if he's trying to take shit from her. So court work is an entirely different ballpark from just, let me do things to keep somebody from taking my shit. Court work is its own animal. Follow me? It's its own thing that has a whole separate set of rules and things like that. So I wish I could say here is something that you can do. She absolutely will not, lose her house and he won't be able to do anything. But you can't. This is a several step process. Like, many things will have to be done. There's no one simple fix for something like that. But I gave you 2 good suggestions to start off with. If you want more than that, it's going to have to be a separate work issue. You're going to have to contact me, and I'll have to look at it and see what all can go on there to help the situation. Because court work is it's its own animal, a whole separate thing. Why the fuck would she put someone on a deed and they weren't married? Lord have mercy. Hello, Nana Tammy. Welcome back. He took off after they got the house together. He took off and then he's trying to take it from her. Fucking man, dude. For the commanding dominance aspect of calamus, other than master root, any other, licorice root, commanding dominance. Everything that keeps popping in my head is Palos, and I can't recommend those. Commanding dominate, not that. I got one on the tip of my tongue, and I can picture it, and I can't see the name of it. Holy shit. I hate that. Y'all getting old is some shit, man. You have something and it just goes. The other night, I couldn't think of Nicolas Cage's fucking name. I swear to God, like, who can't remember his fucking name? And I'm sitting there like, he was in this movie and that movie, and he was this character in this movie, and I'm like telling my husband, I'm like, what the fuck is that guy? He's like, Nicolas Cage. I'm like, yes. Damn it. Getting old. Getting old has its own set of challenges. What the fuck is that damn root I'm looking at? You know what? It'll come to me. It'll pop in when I'm not even thinking about it. Thank you, honey. Love you. You're a good husband. Do you see me getting a home this year? What does that say? What is that? Does that say no readings? I think it do. He filed a petition. Yeah, court work is its own animal. Do the things that I suggested first. That's definitely going to help. Court work can get complicated, but I tell you, and something people, for some reason, when people need court work, they always wait till the last damn minute to come up to your worker and be like, oh, I have this court thing going on, and 3 days from now, a week from now, and I'm like, yeah. Court work is one of the works that needs to be started as far in advance as humanly possible. If you got 6 months, if you got a year, if you got 3 months, like, as soon as you know about court work, you need to start the court work. Like, it's not something you want to wait till the last minute on. That's its entirely own animal. I mean, I can do work for court, but it's not, I don't think it's something, unless she is adept or you're adept worker. That court work is not something to be done lightly, and there's very particular ways to go about things so that things don't backfire. It's very tricky and tedious work. So unless you're very adept or she's very adept, I'm not going to give recommendations on what to do for the court work. Like, that's something I would have to do for you. But the other things are things that y'all can do on your own. Court work is tedious. But I tell you, I got a spirit that works with me he was an indigenous lawyer, and he's very good. And knock on wood, so far he has not lost a case for any of my clients that I have done court work on. So, yeah, if you can hit me up privately for stuff like that, because I can't just be like, there's a lot of details to court work. They were going to get married. Yeah, but they weren't. We're in Appalachian. I'm not currently in the Appalachians. I was born and raised on the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania on the Blue Mountain. Like, my literal address was Appalachian Trail. But now I am in Mississippi. I moved here in 2019. You need a full moon cycle? It just was a full moon. Oh, you need a full moon cycle for court work. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, even more than that is better. If you the more time you can work on a court work is use all the time you got. Like, start it as soon as possible. Yeah, and I don't know, for some reason, I swear, every single client that comes to me with court issues, they're like, oh, my trial date's on Friday. Oh, it's 3 days from now. It's 5 days from now. It's in 7 days. And I'm like, dude, you should have came to me months ago with this stuff. That is one of the very few things that the sooner you start it, the better off it's going to come out. I wouldn't even try something like that. I stick with weather. I got my new 2024 Farmer's Almanac, but I haven't gotten a chance to peruse it yet because I'm very busy. Very busy, very busy. I'm down to 23% on my battery now, so y'all better get to your questions in here. The phone gonna die, and there's nothing I can do about it. Because it says it's charging, but it's still draining, so apparently this is a crappy charger. My nose is still running, but I see the fire going now. My back. I don't regret getting old, but damn. Some of the aspects are not nice. Ever done the opposite and successfully had someone arrested for real crimes that they actually committed? Well, absolutely. That justice shit, absolutely. Yes, I have successfully done a lot of that kind of work for clients. What kind of spells do I do? I don't say I do spells. I work. I do work. I do work. I don't do spells. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. We got to be balanced. The only thing I really don't do for clients because they can't afford it is love work, because I'm really fucking good at it. It's really expensive, and yeah, nobody can afford it. So that's one of the things I don't do for clients. Now, I do make products that they can have at do on their own, but I will not do love work for people unless they pay a lot. a lot. But other than that, I'm little this, little that, little everything. It is still freaking cold in here. Can you prevent things from going too far? Things have turned out that way. I've had several cases just completely get dismissed when I started working on them, which is one of the reasons why it's best to start court work as soon as possible. Because there's always a good high possibility that you can absolutely get the case dismissed. Odds, I can't say the odds, but it's happened many times, and at least I can count at least 6 times where I've had clients get their cases dismissed. It wouldn't even go up. And sometimes it was tricky, like it would get continued and continued and continued, and then it was like dismissed. Like after all that, I'm like, Jesus Christ. More wins than loss. Yeah, absolutely. As far as I'm aware, now I don't always get feedback from every single client that I do readings for, I do work for, or anything like that. But to my knowledge, I haven't had anything fail as far as court work or much of anything else. Now, sometimes things manifest in ways that are unexpected, but it's still accomplished the things it's supposed to accomplish, just in a way that you don't expect. Like that has happened too. But as far as failing, as far as I'm aware, I haven't gotten any feedback from anybody in, I don't know, over 35 years that what I had done didn't work. Men don't like big women. Let's talk about that. I don't understand. That's not like spiritual. We at least gotta keep the topics in the spiritual realm here. Like men don't like big women. I know men that like big women. Like it's not, everybody has their own preferences, and everybody likes the same thing. Now, according to mainstream media and stuff, I mean, take it up with them. That's their thing. What's your most requested work? It changes for I almost think people issues present themselves for people at the same times. I call it cluster thinking or something, because I'll have several people come to me at a certain point and they all want the same thing. I have several clients I'm working for right now that are looking for new jobs or better employment. Like a whole bunch of them came. I don't know if everyone starts the new year off with a better job or what it is, but it changes on what the most requested thing is. I do a lot of road opening blockbusters for people. I do a lot of success and triumph. I do quite a bit of money work for people. And here's a little tip I'll give you guys. Don't ever go to a worker who doesn't have what you want. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you are looking for money, prosperity, financial stability, to own a home, to do these things, don't go to someone who doesn't have those things. Don't go to someone who's broke. Don't go to someone who doesn't own a home. You follow me? If the person you're going to doesn't have what you want, that means they're not capable of getting it for themselves. They're not capable of getting it for you. If you're looking to find a relationship or attract someone, into your life or a partnership or this and that, don't go to someone who's single. Go to someone who's married, that's been married for a very long time, that's happily married in a good relationship. Someone who's single, they can't get themselves someone. I mean, sometimes that's a choice. Maybe that's not a good example. But a lot of times that's not. So I'm just saying, if you're getting work from people, make sure the people you're getting work from have what you want. Because if they don't have it for themselves, they can't do it for you. Just a little tip. All right. What does that run? What does what run? Hi, I am Miriam. It is good. Is it a good call? I'm breaking. Dude, y'all, I put this up there. Like it's in neon. It says no readings. Why is no one seeing it? I thought that would cut a lot of that off at the pass, but apparently no one is seeing. Can y'all, everybody that's in here, tell me, can you see that? Maybe my picture's weird. Maybe my picture's covering it up or something. Can you see where it says not readings right there in neon? Can everybody see that, or can you not see that? Because maybe I'm seeing something different the way than it's actually showing or something. What's your take on drive-by tactics on people's property with war water, for example? Excellent. I think that's great. There's a lot of tricks to get stuff to somebody. Do you have bad nightmare? No, not in general, not normally. I have a lot of clients who have had lots of nasty things visiting them in their sleep, and I was able to take care of that stuff. I had one client in Mexico. Actually, it was him and his mom and his sister. It was the whole family, and they were all having the same dreams and night terrors. And come to find out, after I did a reading for them, it's weird, and this is an off case because this is something I don't think I've encountered before or since. They had some kind of ancestral night hag that was put on them. I don't know if it was quite ancestral, but it was definitely generational. And I couldn't figure out how far back the thing was put on the family, but it was nasty, and it was there for generations. And now I was able to get that gone for them. They're much better now. It was making the mom real sick, and she was having all these health issues. The sister was having health issues. There was all kinds of stuff going on, but we took care of that. But personally, I don't even actually really dream. My dreams are very few and far between. When I do dream, a lot of times they are pathetic dreams, but it's always really dumb. And I hate it. I hate that my pathetic dreams are really dumb. It's never anything useful. And if I do dream, it's very rarely that I remember my dreams. I don't really have nightmares or anything like that. But I have a lot of protections around me when I'm sleeping too, so I'm not gonna have nightmares. I would think that working with spirits would cause bad dreams. No, not if you're working with the right spirits. I mean, there's all kinds of, people can attack you and send spirits or send work to make you have bad dreams. That's definitely a thing. They can terrorize you in your sleep and everything like that. But like I said, I'm always protected. I have lots of things around my bed and under my bed and everything to make sure. And I didn't make my dream pillows this year, but I make these really good dream pillows, and they sell out immediately. I can only make them once a year because that's when the plants and the stuff that I make them with are available. And so it's a very limited. I usually only make 20 or 30 at a time, once a year. And I do them on pre-order because they sell out like that. They're really freaking good. And I didn't make them this year. I was so busy. I didn't even get around to doing the dream pillows this year, but I'll definitely make some next summer. They're in high demand. High demand. I have so many people. I had a godchild. Her and her daughter were just vicious nightmares, man. Night terrors, horrible things going on, and I sent her a dream pillow, and her daughter stole it because it works so good. But yeah, just being a worker and stuff doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna have bad dreams unless A, one, you're not protected, or two, you have a lot of people, attacking you and doing stuff all the time. How can you not see it? What did I miss? Lexus. I'm not even seeing a previous comment from Lexus. How can I not see what? It's hard to find a lot of info on the drive-bys, but super interesting when found. I mean, yeah, that was a big thing back in the day. Because back in the day, if you had an enemy, your enemy was close to you, right? And I'm talking like before internets and like all this stuff. Back in the day, if you had an enemy, they were around you, and you could find out where they lived. You knew they were in the same town. You knew, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of stuff was really big back in the day. But nowadays, with the internets, most of the people that people make enemies with and stuff aren't even in the same state that they're in. So I've seen that stuff it's kind of going by the wayside a lot. What is Florida water? And what does it do? It does a lot of stuff. It's cleansing, it's protective, but I'll tell you an aspect of Florida water. It's a cologne, for one. It is a spiritual cologne. But one thing that a lot of people don't understand, while yes, Florida water is very cleansing, and you can use it for all kinds of stuff. You can mop your floors with it. You can wipe your doors down with it. You can wear it. You can put it in, like on my boveda, in the big fuente. I put Florida water in there. Before I do divination, I cleanse my hands with Florida water. But one thing about Florida water that a lot of people don't understand, they think it's just protective. Like, if I wear this, I'm going to be protected. A lot of spirits are attracted to Florida water. So wearing Florida water all the time can attract a lot of spirits to you that otherwise you wouldn't be attracted to you. You follow me? So a lot of people don't ever put that kind of aspect on the Florida. They think if I wear this, I'm protected, and no spirit can, mess with me or do this or do that. But in actuality, a lot of them are very attracted to Florida water. So you might get some things that, on your back, and because they're attracted to the Florida water. So a lot of people don't think about that aspect of it. Have you accepted Jesus as your Lord? No, I have not, because I don't believe Jesus was Lord, but I believe Jesus was an awesome witch. He was a great magician, and I love his message. He was great message, and I wish that people who claim to be his followers would actually follow his messages and the path that he laid out. I really wish that for people. Ring cameras hinder it. Do I believe the devil is helping me? No, I don't believe in the devil. What pact is that? Did I miss that? What pact? What? Where did you learn witchcraft? Well, I was born this way. I know that's probably not going to go over big with a lot of people on this app, but I was born a witch. I've always been this way. I did my first work at the age of 9. I don't know how I knew to do what I did. I know a lot of things that I don't know how I know them. Shut up, Elise. No, I'm sorry, no. But seriously, I know. Okay, I know now how I know a lot of the things that I know, but for a long time I didn't know how I had a lot of the knowledge that I have. Is one of my spirits. But other than that, elders. I was raised in like Appalachian folk magic traditions. In Pennsylvania Dutch culture, we call it like brotchery. Some people call it powwow. These traditions, I was raised in it, and we didn't call it witchcraft. We didn't call it spell. It didn't have a name. It's just the way things are done. It's just the way you do things. So that, I mean, my grandfather knew every bird that exists. He knew every tree on the mountain. He would take me out, in the woods a lot, and he would tell me about the trees and the plants and what they do. And I mean, it was just stuff. A lot of stuff was it's just the way you live. when you're in the Appalachians and you're in a family line the way I came from. Beyond that, I've had elders in traditions that I'm initiated in. I've had teachers, friends. We all kind of help each other out a little bit, and spirit gives you a lot. Yes, spirit gives you a lot. I don't have books. I really don't have books. I don't learn things on the internet about witchcraft. Like, it's just the way we do things where I come from. Everybody always asks me for book recommendations, and I'm like, I don't really have any books. I have, like a handful of books, and I don't really use them, but they were interesting reads. It's still cold in here. I still don't know what pact you're referring to, Jonathan. Water to wine, magic, fish, the fish in the bread, magic. Jesus was a necromancer. He raised the dead. He raised himself from the dead, for Christ's sake. He was a necromancer. I experience divine miracles every single day. Awesome. Praying that God will present himself to you. Which one? Because I've already met several. Which one? You shouldn't pray for people that don't ask for it. I'm just saying. That can kind of backfire on you, because some people are extremely highly protected and they don't take kindly. Even if your intentions are nice and good and sweet, they still don't take kindly if you don't have permission. So just a little, I wouldn't do that. Just saying. Do I cast spells for health? I have done work for health. Like I said, I don't consider what I do casting spells, but I do health work for certain things. The one recently that just popped in my brain that was a great success, I had a client that had hormonal imbalances. She's going through like the menopause thing, and she was having a lot of issues with hormone imbalances and stuff like that. So I did some work for her. I sent her some items to keep on her and do some things with, and she actually contacted me not too long ago and said like she's doing fucking great, and that helped a lot. So now I'm never gonna sit here and say I can cure anything, don't go to a doctor. Any worker worth their salt will always tell you to seek medical advice first before coming to us. We can back up things that medical professionals do, but I will always say, have you seen your doctor before we go any further? If you see anyone claiming to cure cancer, AIDS, HIV, or I guess that's the same thing as AIDS, like incurable things like that, you see someone claiming that shit, they're bullshit. That's not what we do. And literally no one is capable of doing that shit. Can we tweak things? Can we back up medical medications and medical advice and procedures and things? We can back it up spiritually. We can help tweak energies in certain ways, like hormonal imbalances, things like that. We can do those things, but we can't, cure the incurable. Don't forget the goddesses. There you go. Girl, teach me your ways to pronounce fire correctly, as in an Appalachian saying fire. Fire? I didn't know we said it weird. Fire? Is that weird? Oh yeah, fire. I guess we do say it weird. Fire. I know, I'm aware of some things I say that are different. Well, in Pennsylvania Dutch, we talk weird anyway. We say phrases backwards, and we put in words that shouldn't be there. Like, we'll say out in the light instead of turn the light out or turn off the, we say out in the light. We say weird things, and I'm aware, but I didn't know fire was one of them, but I just realized it is. How can I start figuring out what my power is? I have visions, shadows, hear, and feel things. The first place I recommend anybody would start would be with your ancestors. Get with your people. Get with your people and do what they did. And that's going to be your power. That's going to be your strongest shit. And from there, you build a foundation there. From there, once you have a foundation that's firm, you can do other things. Always start with your ancestors. All one syllable in North Carolina. I guess it is with us too, fire. I see the fire, but it's not getting warmer in here. I don't think my nose is still running. How do you do that? I actually have an entire course on my website dedicated to ancestral veneration. It's, I don't remember now, it's 6 or 7 classes. But it will walk you through step by step everything, how to get with your ancestors, how to venerate them, how to set up a space for them, what offerings, what herbs are good for ancestors, how to communicate and do divination with them. It covers the gambit of ancestral work, because that's one of the things I'm actually initiated in. It's like my forte. It's what I do. So, fuck was that? Who are you? Some big shadow thing. Just walked right by there. He was big too. Who that was? Ancestor class. Yeah. And it's, you don't have to do the whole course at once. It's split up into little, like, 45-minute bite-sized chunks. And, you can do one at a time. They're $21 a class. I tried to make it cheap and affordable. Something that everybody, because I think that's one thing that everybody can do and put into practice immediately, and it will help anybody. So I made it as affordable as I could, and that's what I would recommend. You can get the whole course, or you can do one class at a time in little bite-sized chunks, like, Oh, and if you do get the whole course, I do offer a half-hour live video session with me once you finish the course to clarify any questions, or like a private one-on-one Zoom thing with me, so I can answer any questions or clarify anything that you might have been confused on in the class, and stuff like that, because it was a live class that I had done on Zoom. I think it was a year or two ago, but I recorded them so I could offer them on the website. So since they had a chance, all the people that were there had a chance to partake live and ask their questions, you know what I mean? So I offer that when you get the whole course. So you can talk to me privately, personally, to answer any questions or clarify anything that would be confusing for you. But that's absolutely 100% what I would recommend for everybody. Get with your people, get with your ancestors. That is where your power lies. That's where you're going to find your gifts. And the best thing you can do for your spiritual progression, especially off the jump. Thank you for the rose. Number 1 gifter badge. Lucy, will Michael kiss me and fall life? Can you read that? Y'all never told me if you can see that. Because there seems to be a lot of people. Sorry to bifocals. I can't, things are... I need to have them make the damn lenses bigger so I don't have to sit like this when I'm... Yeah, nobody ever answered me. Can you can you see the no readings thing up there? Hold on, I'm stretching my back. I was in the same position for a minute. Okay. Getting old. Okay, you can see it. Good. Okay. Because I know sometimes some people's screens might look different than mine or something. Actually, I don't even know why that thing is so damn low and small. Wait a minute. Okay. That's better. I don't, I was down here like talking. That's better. I just realized it changed. That wasn't where I sat it. All right. I think there's a lot of people in here. Does anybody have any more questions? Because my phone is now on 19%. You better hurry up. I have a lot going on in the first couple months of the new year. We're going to be doing misas, and I'm bringing people here, and there's a lot going on. A lot of ceremonies and stuff and things are going to be busy on top of all my readings and clients and everything else. So I definitely probably will not be able to have time for another live till probably April. Because I know the first 3 months of the year are packed. And by then, the rest might be packed. I only get to do this 5 or 6 times a year because I'm busy, so. Take advantage of my time while I have it to give. I am offering it to you freely to help you. Does anybody have any more questions? I see a whole lot of people joining, and that number at the top never moves. That's the only thing I like about YouTube over TikTok. I can always have an accurate count of who is in my live. Or not who, but how many. At the very least. Does anybody have any more questions? Before my phone dies, utilize my time that I'm offering for freely. I hope that, I don't know if she's still in here, the one that was having trouble with their tools. I hope you get that figured out, because that can be really annoying. But yeah, spirit does not cleanse your tools or yourself or your house or anything else for you. You have to do that. She thought spirit was cleansing her tools for her. Well, where that one came from. I see a lot of join-ins, no questions. Do we just have a lot of voyeurs in here? My phone's gonna die, and you ain't gonna see me again for like 4 months minimum. So you better get your questions in, y'all. I'm telling you. I am busy, busy, busy. Fixing to be real busy after that ball drops. For a whole 4 months. Anybody? Nobody? I am very good. Moonawar. I'm really bad with names though. So I probably butchered that. Oh, I didn't. Cool. I said that name right. Do you have questions? Anybody have questions? I can't wait to get my new glasses, I'll tell you what. I need to just hold these things and be like, yes. Seriously, man, can yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say. What does it say? What does it say? How does this work? It is educational content. Ask me questions about witchcraft, folk magic, superstitions, cryptids, like spiritual things, like not readings. Ask me things to learn things about how these things work. First name isn't what? New Year's Day superstitions. Yeah, I already did those. I guess I can recap, but I don't like doing that. Thank you, Cerebus. I always upload these lives to my YouTube channel, so I don't like repeating myself, because then the people that are watching on YouTube are like, God, she already talked about that like 3 times already. But I'll recap it real quick, because it's like a few, make sure you sweep your house on New Year's Eve. Sweep all the old dirt out so you're not carrying it into the new year, and mop your floors. Make sure your house is clean. Get yourself a nice spiritual bath, like a remove negativity bath. Burn a bayberry candle on New Year's Eve to the socket till it goes out. You're not supposed to do laundry between Christmas and New Year's. You're not supposed to change your clothes between Christmas and New Year's. You're not supposed to bathe between Christmas and New Year's. Where I'm from, you eat pork and sauerkraut on New Year's Day for luck and health for the new year. Like, there's a lot, but I already did them like twice, I think. That was the whole reason I came on live tonight. Actually, besides helping people, I wanted to talk about New Year's superstitions and stuff, and traditions and practices and things and stuff. I know you just joined, but usually what I'll say, like if it's something that I went over already a couple times, and I'll just say watch the YouTube replay to get the answer to your question, because I don't like repeating the same things over and over and over again, because my YouTube folks are like, Sharon talked about that. I missed your question, Dark Side. Oh, let me see. Okay. Do you ever do combos, road opener, and blockbuster? I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. So I'm gonna say yes. I mean, that's what a road opener does. It's a blockbuster. It blocks, it removes, the obstacles and clears the path and the way. So, blockbuster is just a different name for a road opener, in my opinion. So, yes. Thank you, Pro Cerebrus. No per kitty kitty? What? My question is, will she ever become my friend? What does that say? Moonawar? Does that say no readings? It says no readings. Right there. It's neon. Do I need to make it bigger? Make it this big. There's probably still people just won't see it. There's 1 million people on TikTok doing free caca readings. Go over there, because that's not what this is. That's not what I do. My readings cost money, and I'm way booked up to like next summer in advance. I book far ahead, so yeah, I don't come on TikTok and do free readings. How does traveling overseas to a new country? What? How does traveling overseas to a new country progress our dreams sound? That looks like a reading question to me. Thanks, my grandma said that the first person in the home New Year Day need to be a dark-haired male. That's a new one. Where are you from? I never heard that one. Pro Cerebrus, thank you. Where are you from, Theodosa? That's pretty cool. I never heard that one. That's a new one. Combos of road opener, blockbuster, and attraction all at the same time. No, I wouldn't do that, because those are two clashing things, right? So like you're removing and blowing stuff up and getting it out of the way and removing things, and then you want to attract in the same work. You do those separately. Those are gonna clash. They're gonna cancel each other out at best. If at worst, they're gonna blow up in your face. Thank you, Pro Cerebrus. Again, your question, how much? Oh, Lord, I didn't see your question. I see you sending roses. Okay, how does... that was your question. I don't understand your question. How does traveling overseas to a new country progress our dream sound? I really don't understand the question. But if that's if you're asking me if you should travel overseas to progress your dreams, like, this is not readings, honey. I can't answer that for you. If that's not what it is, then I don't understand your question. A finger heart? What's a finger heart? Purest energy, you? Thanks. One of our friends come over tonight, and like, we've known him for a minute, and he's a cool guy and everything, and we were just chilling on the couch, and I don't know what happened. I was picking a movie or something to put on, and he hadn't seen 31, so I was like, hey, because that's all we watch is horror movies here, and he knows that. Like, every time he comes over, we're watching horror movies. But I was like, hey, have you ever seen this? And he looked at it, and he was like, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna watch that then. And he just looked at me, and he was like, You are without doubt the most unusual, weird woman I have ever met in my life. And I was like, thank you. I think that's the nicest compliment anybody's ever given me. And I don't even know what I did other than pick a movie. Anyway, I don't know. When you said purest energy thing, that I remembered that happened tonight and it was funny. And okay. Thanks. What about a spell jinx hexbreaker with blockbuster and road opener? Now, again, that's something that I would definitely do after, like an uncrossing. A hexbreaker uncrossing kind of thing. It's not something I would do at the same time. But I would definitely do one after, because usually if you're crossed up, your roads are going to be really blocked. So I would first remove the cross condition, and then I would open the roads and make sure all that stuff is cleared away and good to go. But I wouldn't do them at the same time. No. There's only a few things that work good together. Like example, I do like road opener with like success, triumph, crown of success. That I will do those things together, because those are like bread and butter. They go really great together because you're busting out the way. Success, like roller skating. Path is clear. Let's go. So those are two things that work really, really good together. But other things, yeah. Only a few things work together. See, and that's the thing. I always say, if someone can't cook, if you don't know what ingredients go together and taste good together and make a good dish, you're not going to be a good witch. Because you got to know what flavors clash with each other, what tastes good together, what's going to harmonize the dish, and everything. Like, it's the same thing with work. You got to know what works are going to clash, what ingredients aren't going to go together, and what's going to taste good together. You follow me? So I always, yeah, I've been saying that for years. If you can't cook, if you don't know what ingredients go together, how you putting Jim and Jill back together? Yeah. It's still fucking cold in here, man. Dear Lord, we're down to 16% battery, you guys. You better get your questions in. It's gonna cut off. The phone's going to die. And I can't bring it back to life for a while. That's the only thing I can raise from the dead. No, but I can talk to the dead and I can work with the dead, but I can't bring them back to life. That body ain't coming back. Anybody else? Questions? As far as Cerebrus, your question, I would say go for it, man. Do the things. Do the thing. If there's something that you're thinking about and it's kind of scary and you don't know if you should make that jump and you don't know if you should leap, that's the exact time you should leap. You should go for it. We only live, we got one life, we live it, and you need to do the things. You need to do all the things, because there's going to be a point in time when you can't do the things anymore, and you're going to be like, damn, I wish I did the things. Why didn't I do the things when I could do the things? So do the things. Have the experiences. There's nothing to fear. Do the fucking things. You only got this life. Fucking live it up, man. Do what you want to do. I have a friend that is determined you need 3 at a time. Just isn't myself. What, 3 works at a time? No, I wouldn't say that. No, I do a lot of my stuff in threes because that's what we do in powwow and brochure and stuff. Everything's in three, but not specific workings. Like we'll say prayers 3 times. I might have 3 glasses of water. I might light, 3 candles on my table. I do a lot of shit in threes, but not work, right? Not work. We don't do that stuff in threes. Yeah, something is good in threes and some things not so much. You are welcome, Dark Queen. Do those who had dementia get their memory back when they pass? Yes. Yes, and they do, because that is a physical body malfunction. Because believe me, all those memories are still in there. They're still part of their spirit. Their spirit still hangs on to that shit. That's something wrong with the physical brain, not the spirit. So yes. Because that's really all we take with us when we go, is our memories. Ain't taking nothing else with you. So live it, do it, have it, don't fear it. You do love threes. Yeah, I love threes too. Almost everything I do, as far as for spirits and offerings and prayers and like things I do, it's almost always in threes, but not actual work. Not actual work. And I work with other numbers as well, because some spirits have their own preferred numbers for things. So if I'm working with certain spirits, I do and give and offer and things in their preferred amount of number. What is a good herbal remedy for headaches? Lavender is good, and believe it or not, a cold compress, like on the back of your neck, when you have a headache or a migraine or something, works wonders. I always keep a like an ice pack. Not one of the hard ones, like in a cooler, but like one of the soft, squishy ice pack things. I keep one of those in my freezer all the time. So if a headache or something like that, back of your neck, like right below that helps a lot for headaches. Peppermint works for you? Yeah, I don't think I've tried it, because peppermint to me always seems harsh. It's like my least favorite mint of all the mints. No, I've never actually tried peppermint for a headache, because it's not one of my favorite mints. So I don't grow it. I don't really keep it around. I don't use it for anything really. I just don't personally. I don't like peppermint. So it's strong. It's overpowering. It's one of them things. So don't do a lot with peppermint. I grow a lot of mint. I grow apple mint and mountain mint and mint julep and spearmint and winter mint. And I have a lot of mints out here. Catnip. I grow a lot of mint, and peppermint is one that I will not grow. I don't keep it around. How do you clear energy in the house? So there's a lot of ways to do that, and what kind of energy are you trying to clear? That matters. You want to clear the negative energy, I'm assuming, or it is a little harsh, but as an inhalant, it works pretty good. For mojitos, yes, negative energy. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to cleanse your house. Floor washes are excellent. So you can physically clean your house, which is what I always, layers. As I always tell people, layers. So I'm assuming you want to cleanse your house for the new year. First thing you want to do is sweep out all the old dirt. Get all the old dirt out. Don't carry it into the new year. Mop your floors. Make a floor wash to remove negative shit. Okay, so you make a floor wash, put it in your mop bucket, mop your house. You can also wash your doors and stuff with the floor wash, which cleanses everything, right? Then you can sound cleanse, which means you like open a few doors and windows and go around and make as much noise as fucking possible with something. That can be a big ass bell, pot and pan, like just make as much noise as possible for as long as possible. And go everywhere. Go in your closet. Go under your bed with it. Go in your cabinets. Go like everywhere. And make as much ruckus and noise as you can make. Open some shit up. And that will run a lot of shit out of your house because they don't like the fucking noise. And then there's also smoke cleansing. I'm not talking about smudging. I'm talking about smoke cleansing. Camphor is my go-to because camphor will run everything out of your house, living and dead. Yeah, there's lots of ways to cleanse your house. Hello, I am Jerome from Denver, Colorado. I am liking Colorado these days. I'm liking Colorado a lot, and Maine is following suit, and I'm waiting for all the others to fall in line, and I will be a happy person. Aren't you supposed to pour out dirty mop water on midnight New Year to start? You're always supposed to pour out your dirty mop water outside. Never pour your dirty mop water down your sink, down your toilet, down your tub. Always outside your house. A lot of people will do it like on their front steps and like get a broom and like sweep it off. But you're always supposed to dispose of that outside on New Year's Day. Yes, because it's the same as any other time. Always take the dirty mop water outside. Never dispose of it inside your house. You're welcome, Shannon. Too many ghosts? Wait a minute. Hello, I'm Jerome from... Oh, too many ghosts in Colorado? Yeah, but that's everywhere, honey. That's everywhere. You should come to the South. You think there's a lot of ghosts in Colorado? Go to the Appalachians, come down south. You didn't know that? Well, now you know. No one's half the battle. What's a good alternative for washing carpet? Make a powder. Make a powder that you can sprinkle on your carpet, and then you can vacuum that up and dump the bag, dump it outside, just like the mop bucket. But you can make you can powder, right? You can powder herbs, salt, like that stuff. Just get either do it manually, with a mortar and pestle, or you can do what I do, get in like an electric coffee grinder, and that powder shit real good. Make a powder, sprinkle it on your carpet just like you would them carpet powders you buy at the store to make it smell better, and that's how you clean carpets. Yep. I've actually considered making carpet powders because I make floor washes and stuff that I offer on my site. I've thought about making carpet powders, but I do offer powders. I just don't have them labeled as like carpet powders. I've considered it, but I haven't done it. If you could have 5 liquids dispense out of your fingers, what liquids would you choose? Wow, what a question is that? One would definitely be Barks root beer. Oh, yeah, the other one would be birch beer. That's 2. All right, I got 3 more. Hold on. What 5 liquids would I have come out my fingers? One would probably be holy water. I'd say the other one would be Florida water. I got 1 left. Wow, what a question. Fuck water. Just regular ass spring water. Yeah, that covers the gambit. I'm good to go now. Yeah, what a question. Awesome. What does a picture falling off the wall means? It means someone is trying to get your fucking attention. That's what that means. The picture could have significance or it could have no significance. You'd have to look at that and see what you're feeling about the significance of the actual picture that fell. But a picture falling off the wall means someone is trying really fucking hard to get your attention. I'll tell you a story. Before my phone dies, I got 14% left. Okay, so I had an appointment to get a tattoo. It was a couple years ago. Leading up to the appointment, and I was really excited about it, right? Because, tattoo. I'm like, and leading up to the appointment, Spirit kept telling me, don't go, reschedule, don't go, reschedule. I was in the car, and they're yelling at me, don't go, reschedule. And I'm like, no, I've been waiting like 2 fucking months to get this appointment, and I'm excited, and I'm fucking going, right? And I'm not listening to Spirit, and learn from my lesson. I'm like, no, I'm going. So I go. And I'm standing at the counter, and I'm talking to the dude, and I'm still hearing Spirit. They're saying, go home, reschedule, go home, reschedule. And I'm like, fuck that, I want my fucking tattoo. I'm not listening. Ha ha ha. And I'm talking to him, and one of his pictures that was way up on the wall flew off the wall and landed right at my feet. And I'm on the other side of the counter, so it flew. And I looked at it and he knows what I do. Because I actually have a display now in his shop with products and stuff, and he lets me have a little store inside his tattoo shop. But I looked at him, he looked at me, I looked down, and I was like, he looked at me and goes, that picture has been up there for over 12 years, and it's never fallen down. And I was just like, yeah. They were like, listen to me, go home. That was somebody really trying to get my attention, and I still didn't fucking listen. And I sat down in the chair, and I got my tattoo, and I came home, and my arm started swelling up, and it was red and hot and itchy like crazy, and I couldn't, because I never had this reaction before, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I called him, and I'm like, this is happening, what the fuck is going on? And it was painful, and it was itchy, and it was horrible. And he was like, I don't know, because he tattooed me before I didn't have this reaction. And I'm like, did you change inks? Is there something in here? What is this? And after 20 minutes of back and forth, and we're trying to think of what it was, he goes, oh my God, you're not allergic to latex, are you? And I was like, yes. And he was like, I totally ran out of my nitrile gloves today, and I wore latex gloves when I tattooed you because that's all I had, and I didn't even ask you if you were allergic to latex. And I was like, that's why they kept telling me to go home and reschedule, because if I would have rescheduled, he would have had gloves that wouldn't have done this to me. Listen to Spirit. The lesson is listen to Spirit, because that was a horrible experience, and it took a long time to heal, and it sucked, and it was painful, and it itched, and it really sucked. And listen to Spirit. But yeah, if a picture flies off a wall at you, someone is trying to get your fucking attention really hard for some fucking reason. Okay. It was a funny story. Listen to Spirit. Alright. What is it that I do? A little this and a little that. I do a little bit of everything. Does it need to stay down and marinate for a certain amount of time? Are you talking about carpet powder or floor wash? I'm not sure which, because I was talking about both, so I don't, and you're talking about marinating. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, if you're doing a liquid floor wash, like in a mop bucket, you would want to, okay, so general rule of thumb is if you're using dry herbs to make a wash or a bath or a brew or whatever, you want to boil the dry herbs, because you need to wake them up and, everything, and get their essences, all that crap. My preference, almost everything I do, I try and use fresh herb for everything. And those you absolutely 100% do not want to boil. Those have to be processed by hand, fresh in cold water. Don't even use warm or hot water. You do not want to get fresh herbs hot at all. They have to be processed cold. And those are things you would work by hand into the water until you get a nice brew bath thing made. I have videos on my TikTok of me making baths and floor washes like that, so you can like go back, look, see how it's done a little bit. Hello, Ash. Good answers when I try. It's an art by your grandmother. Okay, then your grandmother might be like, hey, I'm trying to... See, that's important because that's something significant to you and your people and your ancestors. So I would probably say there's a good chance that it's your grandmother trying to get your attention. There's a small chance that it might not be. It could be somebody else, but there's a very good chance that it's your grandmother. What does it mean when you see people who aren't there? It means you're seeing people that aren't there. So you're either seeing, you're either seeing spirit, or you could be seeing, like, having prophetic things, like seeing into more of a past or a future kind of thing, or you could just be seeing dead people. Wow, Shannon, do you believe it's land over the ice? Well, oh, no. We're not doing a flat earth thing. We're not doing that in here. And the only reason I even know what you're talking about is because my husband is one of those. And no, I don't do it with him, and I ain't doing it with you. Oh, you're talking about the powder? Yeah, I'll leave it soak up for a little bit. I would, like, you gotta say your little prayers or your intentions, or what you want to happen when you put the powder down. I always, even on because I don't have any carpet in my house, I have all tile and a little bit of hardwood here or there, and I throw salt all over my house before I sweep. I will, and you always do it backwards. So when you're cleansing your house, you want to start at the back of your house and work your way through to the front of the house. So and when you're mopping, sweeping, move backwards. If you're following me, walk backwards, sweeping, walk backwards, mopping. I always walk backwards through the house, and I throw salt everywhere before I sweep. And I just say something like, salt on the ground all around, absorb all the negativity around. Or, I just say, tell it what you want it to do, right? When you're putting the stuff, when you're doing the stuff, when you put the carpet or the powder on the carpet, tell it what you want it to do. I want you to absorb and trap any negative energy and malicious thing or illness and everything, and absorb it and trap it. And we're going to suck it up and get rid of it. So leave it hang there for a little bit so it can do that. So it can do its job and really suck up everything. And yeah, you go. I don't say you have to let it sit for a long time. I let it sit 15, 20 minutes, something. And then I'll sweep the whole house, sweep all the salt up and throw it out the front door. Hello. Okay, wait. Hi, Kelsey. Hello, is it okay if I'm invested in paranormal? Is it okay if I'm invested in paranormal? I am honestly not religious, but believe in spirits. Why are you asking me if that's okay? Why are you asking me if it's okay if you are invested in paranormal and are not religious? That's not my choice. That's your choice. I can't tell you. Of course it's okay. I'm not one to tell you it's not okay. Can I ask, how does a person do a personal cleanse? Okay, there's a lot of ways. A lot of ways to do a personal cleanse. You can do baths. You can, and I'm not talking the baths with the roses and the crap and the pictures and things you see on the Instagram, and those aren't spiritual baths. Those are photo shoots. You want to have a real spiritual bath if you're doing a bath. So there's two ways to do bath. In one of my traditions, you can just do a bath, right? You can make a brew like I was talking about earlier with either boil the herbs or you process them fresh in the cold water and you make the bath. You can put that in a hot bath and like lay in there and wash yourself and cleanse yourself. Some of the traditions I'm in, that shit stays cold and it's in a bucket and you just dump it on your fucking head and you freeze your ass off. But those are the really good baths. You want the good baths, you do the bucket baths. So that's one way. You can clean yourself with fruit, eggs, which you would just kind of do, like rub them on your body. You always go head to toe. Always start from the top, work to the bottom. You make sure you do the front and back of your arms, hands, legs, in the nether regions, like you get everywhere. Head to toe. You can do it with fruit. You can do it with eggs. You can cleanse yourself with fresh herbs. That's more of a beating than a rubbing. But you can take fresh herbs and like beat yourself with bundles of herbs and get this stuff off of you. There's other ways of cleansing that I won't go into on a live because it would probably to be a community violation. But there's many ways to cleanse yourself. Now you can cleanse yourself with raw meat, and that's something I only suggest for people that have very specific spiritual attachments or work done on them. I do raw meat cleanses for certain things, which is the same thing with the egg and the fruit. You're just kind of rubbing raw beef all over yourself. There's a lot of ways to cleanse yourself, but it really depends on what you're cleansing, on what's going to be sufficient for cleansing yourself. And some things you honestly can't remove yourself. Some things somebody else got to cleanse you. Those are big deals. All right. My daughter sees the man who died in the apartment at 2 or 3 a.m. How can she get him to leave? Why would you want him to leave? Like, is he doing anything mean or malicious or bad? Or because if he's not doing anything and he wants to be there, just let him be there. Like, I don't get rid of spirits unless they're fucking some shit up. If they're doing bad things, you got to go. You know what I mean? But if you're just chilling, just let them chill. They ain't hurting nobody. Is sea salt or regular table salt better for absorbing negative? I tend to go with sea salt, but I have used regular salt in a pinch if I don't have sea salt. My go-to is sea salt. If you're using regular salt, I would suggest kosher salt. But like Morton's salt with iodine, like table, I mean, that works. It works in a pinch, but it's not the best salt for cleansing. But I mean, you can use it. I use sea salt or kosher salt, or my preferred salts. He wasn't a good guy. Okay. But is he doing anything that's bad? Like, are things disappearing? Are you missing things? Or is he making noises? Is he messing things up? Or scaring? I mean, it probably does scare your kid because she doesn't understand, but he's probably not scaring her on purpose. Is he doing bad things? Is there nightmares? Is there like negative stuff going on in regards to that person? Because if it's not bothering anybody, I'm just have to let him be. I tell you, okay, this is what you can do. You can cleanse your home for negative spirits, and if he's not negative, he'll hang out. Do you guys do have nightmares? Okay, so that's not good. And go with camphor. Burn camphor everywhere. And open the doors, open the windows, and just smoke the hell out of your place with camphor. That's going to get rid of it. If he's just a man spirit, he'll leave. He won't like that. He won't like that one bit. But see, the thing is, see that now they just told me that. You're gonna have to throw up protections once you do clean, because he's gonna come back. That's his place. Yeah. You can get him gone, but he's gonna come back. That's what they're telling me. So you're gonna have to put up protections after you clean. Put salt in front of your doors and in all your windowsills. My personal favorite is a Spanta ink, but I don't know if you would be able to make that. And I don't sell it. Oh, okay. Coffin nail cross. Put coffin nail crosses on the back of all your entrance doors. Okay. Too fast. All right. So the salt, coffin nail cross on the back of the door, and then you're going to get some cascarilla, and you're going to put 3 crosses above all your doors with cascarilla, and he's going to stay going. That's what they're showing me. Would a protection sigil be good to? I look at sigils, they can be good. I would just do crosses for spirit to keep a spirit out. See, sigils are good for like if somebody's throwing witchcraft at you, or doing some shit like that. 3 crosses would be fine to keep a spirit out. All you need is God. He's your spiritual guidance. Which God? Which God is all we need? As a child, it terrified me when I felt presences. I asked to please never see anyone. It worked. Well, that's sad. I understand how it's scary because I've seen all that shit too when I was a kid. But and I understand it can be really scary when you're a kid. But it's sad that you blocked one of your abilities, because if you could see them, then that's a gift. But in essence, you blocked yourself. That's a little bit sad, but I do understand that it can be scary when you're little, because I was very scared when I was little. Good morning, Jen R. Very kind to help. That's what I do. You're welcome, stilettos. According to the Bible, for everyone, God is love and wants to help everyone. Which God? There are over 3,000 gods that have been worshipped. Oh, and the Yahweh one is the youngest one. According to your Bible, personally work with Lilith, so we each have our own. The terror was overwhelming at that. I know, I get it. I do. I understand. I was terrified too as a kid, but then, at some point I just embraced it, and I started sleeping, sneaking out of my house and sleeping in the cemetery. It was scary though when I was real little. Have you ever played My Singing Monsters? I actually have. It's been a long time. It was like years ago that I didn't even know that was still a game, but yes, I have played it. I used to like that game a lot. At some point, I kind of got stuck though. Like I couldn't like make my monsters gain levels and stuff, and it just got a little bit boring to me because I was stuck. So I just didn't play it anymore. That was a long time ago. I've been told that I've got a curse on me that someone in my family put on me. Okay, so actual curses are very far and few between. Um, Somebody could have did some work on you or something. I'm not saying that, but curses are kind of rare. And when I say kind of rare, I've been doing this over 35 years. I think I have encountered. Let me think. I've only come across actual curses a handful of times in 35 years. They're rare, but they do happen. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying they're rare. They're few and far between. Uh, People throw work all the time, but actual curses are rare. So what you need to do is get a reading. I'm booked, but I can refer you to somebody. I book far in advance. I am booked through till like summer right at this point. I'm very, very busy. I don't get to do this very often because I'm so busy. But I can give you a referral for a reading, but you'll need a reading if you think you have a curse or something on you. You will need a reading, and the reading will tell you if you have it and how to fix it. I can give you a referral to someone that's excellent for that. And what he'll do is because I'm booked with readings, but I'm still doing work in between that and stuff. So what he does, he'll do the reading for you, and then he'll tell me, because he doesn't really do work. He's just a really good reader. So he does the reading, and then he tells me what's going on and what work we need to do and everything. So we help each other out. No, why are you in a witch's live if this isn't for you? Scroll. Because they're obsessed. Because they're closeted. Because if they weren't closeted, it wouldn't even show up on their FYP. It shows up on their FYP because they like it. Because they watch a lot of it. Because they're into it. Why are you trying to disclude me? Who's discluding? Who? I've had several psychics tell me that. Okay, so several psychics have told you that you have a curse on you. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It absolutely does happen. It's just really rare. But I've had people come to me at points too. Obviously, I've dealt with a handful, and off the jump they'll come to me because you don't know how many people come and say I have a curse on me. Like everybody says that, and they're pretty rare. So that's always my first answer is they're rare, they're few and far between, but they do happen. And yes, sometimes I have had a few clients come that thought they were cursed, and they actually were. Which, shocker. I'm like, wow, they actually do have a curse. But yeah, if you do, everything has a fix. Everything has a remedy. Everything can be cleansed and removed. But a reading is needed to see the nature of it, how it was done, and that'll tell us how to undo it. So you definitely have to get a reading. No, not trying at all, but you shouldn't be telling others what to believe. That is true. I am not obsessed. There's a difference. I came across your live through watching other lives, but it wouldn't even show up on your algorithm if you didn't have an interest, right? That's how TikTok works. TikTok shows you what you have interest in. That's how it works. So if you don't have interest, it wouldn't be showing up in your algorithm, in your feed. So you just got outed. Christ is not Lord. Christ was a very good magician with a very positive, good message. Lord, he was not. But I like Christ. I like what he did. I like what he said. I liked his beliefs, and I really wish y'all would follow follow what he taught and what he preached instead of doing whatever it is y'all fucking do. You intrude everywhere in places you're not welcome. You colonize everything. And you know what Jesus said? Do you know what Jesus said? Do you know what Jesus said? Jesus said, if you go into the town and they don't receive your message, you are to wipe the dust off your feet and keep going. That's what Jesus said. If your message is not received and you're not welcome, brush the dust off your feet and keep moving. Do what Jesus said. What would Jesus do? I never told no one what to believe. What I said is God loves all and wants to help everyone. Which God? Which God? Express the sorrows of your heart upon the Lord. Oh, how about you do that? How about you do that? Why don't you do what Jesus said to do? I tend to want a reading from someone who doesn't do work. For me, it feels less like an upsell. I can understand that. I can understand that. And that's my friend is not. He's not really a worker. Like he can give you some advice on how to do shit yourself. Like that's what he does. But he won't actually do work for you, or like he'll send you to me if you actually need work done, because not everybody is a witch and not everybody is capable of doing the work, you know what I'm saying? So somebody else has to do the work for you. So that's my thing too. If when people come to me and they have a reading and spirit says they need work, my first question is, can they do it themselves? Because I'm so fucking busy. I am so fucking busy. Like, can they do this shit themselves, or do I gotta fucking do this shit? So, spirit will say if you're adept enough to be able to handle the work that they're prescribing. If you're not adept enough to be able to handle the prescription, then somebody else is gonna have to do it for you that is adept enough. But yeah, I much prefer that clients do their own work, and I will give instruction, through the readings on how to do A, B, C, D. If spirit says you can do it yourself, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Now, I don't know if they were real psychics or not, but it's the same message. Yeah, but did you do what you just did here and go to the psychic and be like, I think I'm cursed? Did you do that? Or did you just be like, hey, I think I need a reading for no reason at all? Anything good to us and leave us alone. Hi, Zuri? I think I said that right. Do I love Jesus? Do I love him? I think he was great. I loved his message. I loved what he did. I loved his necromancy. I loved his magician shit. I loved his message. And if y'all who claim to be his followers actually followed what he said, it'd be fucking great. Yeah. I love what he did. But it's y'all that don't fucking listen to him. Can you give me a female name that is strong and beautiful? Can I give you a female name that's strong and beautiful? What kind of question is that? I don't know what you're asking me. A female name that's strong and beautiful. I think all females are strong and beautiful. Jesus also said, believe in him and you shall have everlasting life. But Jesus said, do not worship me. He said, worship the Father, not him. He was not Lord. He was not God. He was a man with a great message. And what he did was lay out a path that was supposed to be a substitute in addition to whatever path you were already on. He did not come to start a religion. He did not tell his apostles and followers to go out and start a religion in his name. He never wanted that. He was a Jew. He was Jewish. He followed the Jewish religion. He did not come to start a new one. What he did was lay out a path. If you walk this path and follow these instructions, you may see the kingdom of his God. He was not God. There were Jewish Christians, there were Buddhist Christians, there were pagan Christians, there were Hindu Christians, because Jesus traveled the world. He is in the Torah. He is in all the other religious tomes and texts and scripts from every country around the world. Jesus is in them because he traveled. Where do you think all them missing years in the Bibles went? He traveled around. He studied all the other religions and gave everybody a path to augment the path they were already on, to add to it. He never wanted a religion started in his name. Especially hippo-Christians. He definitely did not want the hippo-Christians. Why are people hating on you? You are amazing. Because you either love me or you hate me. There's no in between. Too many Christians in here. Hello from Pagan Energy Worker. Hello, Barry Wild. Yeah, if they start getting unruly, I'll just block them. But I like educating them a little bit. No, but how do you know what Jesus actually said? The Bible has been changed by man numerous times. We know a little bit of what he said, and what you do is you go back and look at the oldest Bibles you can get your hand on. But that also means you have to learn other languages. Yes, the Bibles have been edited over 300,000 times. There are many versions of the Bible, and version means it's been changed and it's different from this Bible. Many words have been added, subtracted, books have been taken out, books have been added, words have been put in his mouth that he's never said. And how we know this is words that are in the Bible that say he said didn't even exist at the time he was alive. Those weren't words or concepts at the time he was alive. So we know that people put words in his mouth. You remedy that by going back to the older texts, but you have to learn other languages. But try telling them that the versions mean it's been edited, changed and different, and they don't, like, right over their head. Alexandra, will Chris communicate with me to reconcile? What does that say? Alex Noon. Do you see that right there? Do you see it? Can you see it? It's right there. What does that say? What was his main message? His main message was love your neighbor. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Take care of the poor and the homeless. That a rich man will have a harder time seeing the kingdom of God as a camel will have passing through the eye of a needle. You're supposed to take care of other people. You're supposed to help other people. You're supposed to help poor people. You're supposed to love everybody as you love yourself and as your God loves you. That was his message. Y'all don't seem to fucking understand. I love what he did. I think his message was great. I love it. Y'all are the ones that ruin it for everybody. You realize you just drive people away when you do stuff like that. Do y'all even realize that? You make people dislike you and what you're doing and the religion that you're doing it in the name of. You scare them away, you run them away. You're doing the opposite of what you're attempting to do, which is what Jesus told you not to do. Oh, can you shout out me? My Singing Monsters is good. Sure, I'm shouting out My Singing Monsters is good. It was a cool game back in the day. I haven't played it in a long time. No, not to judge and to hate and there's no hate, there's no love. No, what is it? There's no hate like Christian love. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, I love Singing Monsters back in the day. That used to be a really fun game for me. But I hit a spot where I was kind of stagnant and I got bored with it. Jesus was not white. He was darker skin tone. Christianity was in Africa before Europe. That is all facts. Absolutely. What is a hippo Christian? A hippo Christian is a Christian that's a hypocrite, that does the exact opposite things that they're supposed to be doing. That's a hippo Christian. Black and white bald guy, where are you getting your info from? Love was the message. There you go. As a medium, I can't work without love. Love is what creates the link. Well said. Heard recently that one of the earliest known depictions of Christ was him holding a wand. Yeah, I've seen those too. I've also seen very early depictions of Christ with UFOs flying around behind him. What's the message there, I wonder? Christianity first arrived in North Africa in the 1st or early 2nd century AD because Jesus traveled to those places, and when he died, he told his apostles and his followers where to go. He told them where to go to take his message out. You go here, you go there, you go. He told them specifically where to go. The Christian communities in North Africa were amongst the earliest in the world. Yeah, Ethiopia, I think, was the very first one. In fact, it's rumored that they actually have the Ark of the Covenant still, like in this little mud hut church there. Hello, Melissa Jenkins. Christianity was brought from Jerusalem to Alexandria to the Egyptian coast by Mark. Larry, you're not being very kind. And just saying hi, you're also not being very kind. What do you think Jesus would have to say about you judging others and not being very kind? Do you think he'd call you a hippo Christian? Because I think he would. Do we want to bring up the book of Psalms? Do we? Do we? I keep this shit right there, and it is note marked. Every fucking page. Do we want to bring that up? Do we also want to bring up the little red book from Allan Kardec? Do we want to bring that one up too? Somebody asked me about learning shit from books earlier, and I said I don't learn witchcraft from books, but I absolutely 100% use books for prayers and spells. Yes, very few though, only certain ones. You love Jesus? Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you love Jesus. So if you love Jesus so much, you should do what he said to do. That's how you can show Jesus how much you love him. Follow his message and do what he said to do. I like him too. I think what he attempted to do was really cool. But I think y'all hippo Christians totally ruined it for everybody. Most Christians don't believe in the firmament either. Most Christians haven't even read their Bible. They just get it spoon-fed to them from the pulpit, once a week. They don't know what it says. Which God is amazing? What about the Key of Solomon demon? I love Key. That's one of the things we work with. But the Keys of Solomon and see, y'all, witchcraft is all through your fucking book, y'all. You need to read your book instead of thumping it. Read it. Don't thump it. You might actually fucking learn something. In Powwow, we actually use the 7 books of Moses a lot. We use that a lot for a lot of things. But yeah, the Keys of Solomon, absolutely use those too. Is it a sin for you to be a witch? Why would it be a sin? I was born this way. This is the way the Creator created me. So, does God create sin? Just saying hi. Does your God create sin? A Christian will say they believe in the Bible, but yet not in the firmament. They know what it says. They have no idea what it means. I don't even think they know what it says. But even if they do, you're right, they don't know what it means. I have a friend whose last name is Ingolf. So his parents named him... Alright, that was good. Oh, I'm a Christian and I do what it says and I do my research. Much love to you. Well, much love right back. Moses was raised as Egyptian royalty. He was taught by sorcerers as well as scholars. Yes. Yep. He did some great magic. Yep. So did they get scared away just saying hi? See, you don't answer my question. Just saying hi. Does your God create sin? Does he create sin? Does he create evil? And you're the only one that believes in a devil. We don't believe in a devil. That's a Christian concept that y'all made up way after Jesus died. Because hell was not a word until 700 years after Jesus' death. Jesus had no concept of hell. He never spoke about hell, and he never spoke about heaven. Heaven wasn't even a word or concept until 1400 years after Jesus died. So answer my question. Does God create sin? People create sin. Really? Then why, in the very first chapter in Genesis, does he say, I, the Lord thy God, create the heavens, the earth. I create sun and darkness and day. I create good and evil. I, the Lord, create all these things. He tells you right there he creates evil. He tells you. I need to read the Bible. No, you need to stop thumping your Bible and actually read it. Actually read it. Because he tells you right there that he creates evil. No, it does not. Really? 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 You need to go back and read your book. Actually, you don't even got to read it. You don't even got to read it. Keep getting it spoon-fed from the pulpit once a week. Google it. Use the device that you have in your hand that you're using to harass people and judge people and do all the things that Jesus and your God told you not to do. Use that device and just Google it. Just Google it. Just for funsies. Oh, Lord. Okay. So since we're not being nice and we're not following the Lord's word, we're going to start blocking people. Okay, just saying, do you believe that the earth is flat? Clearly, she's had some education on the subject. You are not listening. Jesus didn't say not to judge. Oh, really? Oh, really? Really, really? Really? And you're a Christian and you've read your book. No, you wish that he said not to judge. That's what it is. You just wish he said that. So you're going to pick. You're going to cherry pick your book. You're going to cherry pick God's word. Well, why not? That's what everybody that's edited has done throughout all the years. Didn't he say, judge not lest ye be judged? I know that's one thing he said. I know there are many passages in the Bible where he tells people not to judge other people. He tells you not to judge your neighbor. That's not your job. As Darkside said, that's God's job. That's not your job. You're doing exactly the opposite of what Jesus said to do. Hippo-Christian. Thank you for the citation, Black and White Ball Guy, because I have too much in here. I don't memorize those things. As a matter of fact, God judges Christians even more. Exactly. In fact, God says, if you do the things in his name, and especially if you change and alter his word, his book, that he will look at you worse. He will turn a blind eye to you. You will no longer be in his sight, is what he says in your book. You're trying to save me when you can't even save yourself? Who are you saving? Why don't you try and save yourself? Because you're doing a really poor fucking job. All you do is drive people away from you and your religion. That's all you do. You make everybody hate Christians, have to deconstruct from being in your religion. You turn it into a cult. You do exactly the opposite things of what your book and your Lord and Savior says to do. Nothing but hippo-Christians. You want to play with Pandora's box? No, he does not say worship no idols. Actually, if you go read the Ten Commandments, he says, you shall worship no other God before me. That's what it says. So right there, he is giving testimony that there are other gods. There are other gods. You're just supposed to worship him first, before the other gods. That's all it says. Yeah, if they get too If they get too rambunctious and too mean, I will block them. But I do try to educate. That's what I'm here. That's what I do. I educate people. I got 7% battery left, y'all. And it seems like I'm not getting any more questions, just a bunch of hippo Christians. But if it shows that I cannot holy water, I got some right there. I got a whole big bottle of it right there. I bathe in it all the time. If I see that they absolutely cannot learn anything then and start being mean, then I will start blocking. Don't pray for other people because you don't know what defenses they have in spirit. It also says you cannot serve two masters. I couldn't type that in time. Says before end of time someone will pose as God, right? I need education. No, you need education. Who said I do voodoo? Eric. Who says I do voodoo? You all don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Do you even know what voodoo is? No, of course you don't. Guess what? I do. Voodoo, you're blocked. I hope I didn't offend you. No, you didn't offend me at all. Well, I appreciate the chapter and verse citations because that stuff doesn't stick in here because I got way too much in there. Yeah, so instead of following what their Lord and Savior tells them to do, they do the opposite. So we're just going to start blocking everybody. What are my beliefs? My beliefs pertaining to what? I think it's better to have ideas than actual beliefs. We have a couple of sayings in some of the traditions I'm in. Oh, God. Santo Thomas por creer verer, which means seeing is believing. What's the one? Pseudo and nada in croto. I believe in everything and I don't believe in anything, which basically means there's a difference between believing in something and knowing something. When you know something, you don't believe it because you know it and you have no choice but to know it, so you don't believe it. And I think having ideas are better than beliefs and knowing is better than beliefs. That's my beliefs. Hey, all Marines served 8 years. I'm leaving for Thailand Friday to help kids. All right, well, safe journeys. I don't like the voodoo chips. I really don't. I tried them a couple times because they're gluten free. Y'all know I got like celiac disease and shit, but I don't like them. I don't like the voodoo chips. And I tried the what were the other ones? They had like crawfish flavored ones, same company, and I didn't really like them either. Spiritual hay. My grandma was from Salem, West Virginia. Cool. I got family and ancestors down there. Actually, I guess it's up there now because I'm down south. It's getting cold again. More wood on the stove. Okay, you guys. Any more questions real quick because my phone is really going to die here. Even though it's plugged in, it's charging. It's draining like crazy. There was barbecue flavor too, but I can't tremendously the name of it. Voodoo gets it. It does. It does. And when people come in and start talking smack on voodoo, I make sure I put them in their place. But nobody's done that, so I will keep it to myself. After 3 years of dark cloud, I can I blow cinnamon at my tomorrow for help? I mean, can you? Yeah. Why can't you? I don't know how much help it's going to be. I mean, I guess people do it for prosperity, but the other thing people don't understand about cinnamon, cinnamon. It's very hot. Have you ever just tried to take a spoonful of cinnamon? It's very hot. It's sweet and it's hot. Hot things are good for protection. They're good for passion. They're good for a lot of things. The only reason people use cinnamon for money is because it's a little bit sweet. Yeah, why couldn't you blow cinnamon in your door if you want to? Go for it. Think of the name of it. Have you ever read the Bible? Just curious. Absolutely. Absolutely, I have read it several times. A couple of different versions. Add some allspice for money. Yes, I love allspice. I'm going to go to sleep. It was nice meeting you. I'm sorry for my uneducated Christian friend. Hey, no problem, Black and White. At least you're cordial. At least you are willing to learn something different and have a little bit of an open mind. So, and I appreciate the quotations of the verses and chapters and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually going to be heading off here myself because my phone is about dead. Anybody have any last questions real quick before I jump off of here? Anybody? I'm gonna count to 10. You're welcome, Dark Side Queen. I said any of the products and things that I mentioned in this live are available on my website, which is primitiverootsconjure.com. Go look at my YouTube channel, which is Primitive Roots Conjure. I have tons of years of educational content on there. You can follow me on Instagram under Primitive Roots. I think it's Primitive Roots. It's either Primitive Roots or Primitive Roots Conjure. You can find me on the book face under Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure. I'm all over the place. If anything needed to be said in private or people wanted the referrals that I was talking about earlier, just inbox me on any of those outlets and we'll get you squared away. I'm depressed every night. What can I do to help myself? Okay, I'll start. Cleansing. Are you doing regular cleansing, spiritual cleansing for one that helps tremendously as a get-go? It's been fun. Already have the site bookmarked. All the and O2W to cover all the other bases. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not hip on all the lingos. On the way. Is that what it means? I get too excited about that. Is that what it means? It means on the way. Okay. I do hear things. Yeah, so everybody have a blessed, wonderful, happy new year. Make sure you get your bayberry candles out tomorrow and burn them down to the socket for wealth and health in the coming year. And let's all just freaking let's all pray that we're over the hump and we're starting to move back up the hill a little bit. Oh, we need to stop doing this and start doing this in 2024. So let's all hope that it's way better. But I'll tell you one quick thing before I go. All the chaos, all the unbelievable chaos and things that are going on in the States, the United Snakes of America right now, do know, from what I've been told, that it's necessary, that it has a purpose, and that the purpose will be revealed, and that it's necessary. It's necessary that all the dirt is dredged up, that all the things in the dark are brought to the light so everybody sees them, so everybody can say, no more. Everybody can say, we are not having this. It all needs to be brought to the surface, and it has a purpose. It's necessary, and it's for a reason. So know that, and hang on. Hang on for the ride, because it will get better. It will get better. So everybody have a very happy, blessed, and prosperous new year, and I will see y'all in the future.